Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us today for the last stop on the road to All Out. We have AEW Fight for the Fallen. So you can see there on the left hand side, 2 pre-booked segments. I wanted to try something, even though I've got everything switched off in terms of mandatory pre-match booking. It was still sound like something where you might not get the biggest attendance because you've not got stuff pre-booked. So that's why Kairi, Hojo, Anna Jay and Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes are already there. I'm hoping those matches will be stellar. We've already done 2 Fight for the Fallens of 85 last year, so sold out 46,000. We'll surpass that tonight. The rating might be difficult, but our main event wasn't great last year. It was Brody Lee and Darby Allin of the Dark Order at the time against Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. But we did get some cool things there. The surprise appearance of Will Ospreay and a surprise appearance from Matt Riddle as well. So that was quite cool to see. The year before, 78, 31,000, and our main event was Jon Moxley defeating Brody Lee and Shawn Spears in a triple threat match for the AEW World Championship. So the show is booked, expecting just under 70,000 in attendance. We're live on Dish Network, Dish Mexico and Star Choice. No boosts, I just want to try and save as much money as possible, so everything that was in special set celebrities, they're all gone. It's strictly on the workers to do the job. No pre-show matches, everything made the main card. Let's do it. AEW Fight for the Fallen 2022. 21 segments. Let's do this. 70,401 at the Alamodome. I think that might be a record. We'll obviously check it at the end of the episode. As per any pay-per-view, the combatants in our main matches speak in a hype video to hype the show up. So we've obviously got the Fatal 4-Way combatants, Andrade, Jericho, Moxley and End, and the 2 men battling in that 60-minute Iron Man match, Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega, all giving their viewpoint of what's going to happen tonight, and that gives us a delightful 91 opening segment. So good, biggest promo so far, all down to that main event match to join it. The opening contest of the evening was a decent matchup, and it saw Proud and Powerful defeat the Good Brothers in 11:34 when Ortiz pinned Carl Anderson. This gave Proud and Powerful their first defence of the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Really stellar match that actually. Very surprised that rated as high as that. Gallows being the weak link, but overall, perfect, good first title defence for Santana and Ortiz. Next up, we had a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, and it saw Undisputed Honor defeat the Lucha Bros in 21:33 when Kyle O'Reilly pinned Pentagon Jr. with a brainbuster. During the matchup though, we had Rey Fenix turn on Pentagon Jr., resulting in Penta obviously taking the losing fall. So a 79 overall. Obviously it was great to have the Lucha Bros together, but I really want to go Phoenix versus Penta at All Out. I think that was a wee bit obvious. Because both were heel, I obviously couldn't do an attack on Phoenix, so the only way I could do it was basically Phoenix turn on Penta. It's a quick one, only one segment, but he will change to a Daredevil babyface gimmick, which the rating was very good, and that will rise over time, and it was a complete success. Perfect. So Lucha Bros split up now. Phoenix babyface gives him so many more folk to work with, and Pentagon is a heel. 79 though, good matchup, and I think it helps propel Strong and O'Reilly as well. And then they brawl after to the back, which gives us a fantastic 85 segment. So I think this feud's going to be tremendous, and I can't wait to see how it goes all out. We did have a promo from Gianna Daddio and Heidi Lovelace talking about their issues over the last couple of weeks with Fight Camp and talking about how they've been friends for a while and it feels good for them to be together in AEW. That was a 47. The match for the Women's Tag Team Championships was abysmal, but it saw Heidi Lovelace and Gianna Daddio defeat Fight Camp in 13:52 because Daria Bernardo was counted out while fighting Gianna Daddio. 53, I feel like that's good. They're all at that kind of level of performance. It gives a reason for Lovelace and Daddy-O to be aggrieved, but Fight Camp looks strong by not losing their championships, so delighted with that. Then of a hype package, we see Miro arriving to the building, signing some autographs for some fans, just generally looking ready for his matchup with Hangman Page tonight. And that was a 69. And then we saw the Trios Championship on the line, that superb matchup. And the New Age Horsemen of Ace Austin, AJ Styles and Pete Dunne defeat Bullet Club, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson and Prince Devitt in 18-13 when the words are hard here, when Pete Dunne pinned Prince Devitt with the bitter end. This gives a second defence of the Trios Championship for Ace Austin, AJ Styles and Pete Dunne. I did have to protect Devitt, which was a wee bit annoying. We did keep Ace Austin strong. I think that was maybe me just pressing too many buttons in quick succession. But I want to build up Cody's faction. They're too good to have the Trios Championship. So Pete Dunne's obviously the one that's going to properly break out here. AJ is obviously phenomenal, but we can't really get to that upper echelon anymore. I think he's pop capped. So Pete Dunne is where we'll put all our faith in. But 76, delighted with that. And then we have an 8-man tag that is going to see monumental consequences. We'll touch on that when we get to it, because that is the worst news we could have saw. That kills a lot of this programme. Good matchup. Darby Allin, Samoa Joe, Will Ospreay and Johnny Gargano defeat the Uprising of MJF, Wardlow, Ricky Starks and Mark Quinn in 14:01 when Will Ospreay pinned MJF with a 6:30 senton. An injury to MJF meant the audible was to be called and the finish was changed on the fly. God damn it, that basically ruins my creative plan here. So as you can see, during the match with Isaiah Cassidy turning Gargano. So the plan was obviously Cassidy came back from injury on this exact day. He's still a babyface, so he turns on Gargano. He joins his tag team partner in Private Party in the Uprising. And MJF was going to pin Gargano, but that is going to see MJF out for a long period of time. And yeah, that's going to lead to some thinking on the fly to see what I do with Uprising. But 76, I wouldn't have, if he's broke his neck, I wouldn't have him taking the finish, especially at 6:30. But a broken neck, God, that's my fault for making that a wild brawl. So they've obviously changed that then, because that says MJF to lose. So obviously I'd had a winner and a loser there rather than that. So that's cool, that changes that on the fly. But that injury's obviously crippled that match up. That's not exactly the best terminology to use, but again, two quick turns is another one. Great rating of Turncoat, and that was a complete success as well. So the rest of the turns will need to build up over time, but those are two I got done quickly. And yeah, that's not ideal. We'll see how badly that affects us. Oh, and of course after it, MJF is delighted, that he's got a broken neck, but Isaiah Cassidy's back to join Mark Quinn in the Uprising. 80 segment for that, because obviously all three had to be unscripted, and obviously these two are not quite at MJF's level. Where this programme goes going forward, we'll just need to see how bad the injury is, but it might mean a revolution to be televised going forward. Then a promo from the Mixed Tag Team Champions, that is of course Adam Cole and Dr. Britt Baker D.M.D, and they say they're just ready to embarrass these two losers, Kris Statlander and Orange Cassidy. Simple, effective, a big promo at 77 that should hopefully buffer Britt Baker's overness. And a very similar rated matchup, so that will hopefully benefit them as well. Decent matchup is Cole and Baker defeat Cassidy and Statlander in 21:18 when Adam Cole pinned Orange Cassidy with a flying crossbody. Second defence of the Mixed Tag Team Championships, I feel like this should benefit Britt most of all. It keeps Statlander from losing too much momentum by not losing the fall, but a bit disappointed she only scored a 45. She is going to be one of the projects over the next year to try and get over, but yeah. It's not been the greatest pay-per-view so far for people off their game and injuries, so that's really worrying. Moving forward though, we have two people that had some great chemistry together, and that really showed in our Steal the Show match of the night. Decent matchup, and I had Baylee defeat Mercedes Varnado in 15:24 with a belly to belly suplex. A 71, a matchup that properly introduces Baylee to AEW as an AEW competitor, and one that gets her noted and taken seriously. And then after it, she's absolutely raging, so Mercedes Varnado decides to just beat the crap out of Baylee with a ladder. More on that storyline as we go forward, and that's a 58 rated segment. Moving along though, we see, well, fantastic that the text here is, no, the text is right, sorry, I thought it was a visible issue there, but nope, it's basically, of course, forgetting Hangman's a dirty heel here. We see Miro has bumped into Hangman backstage, and even though they are due to face later on, we see Spears, Butcher and Blade absolutely decimate Miro, take him out so badly, it's a stretcher job. Miro is taken out, and that matchup will not take place tonight. I've had a creative idea on this one, which is why we're going to stretch it out. But 57, Miro looks excellent, Hangman was fantastic, Spears, Blade and Butcher not so much in that 57 rated segment. We then had that massive matchup to determine the number one contender for the championship, and it was about that had some superb wrestling and great heat that saw Andrade El Idolo defeat Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley and Tommy End in 21:46, when Andrade El Idolo pinned Jon Moxley with a split-legged corkscrew senton following interference from Ashley. So Ashley pays dividends here with her interference, but an 82 is good. I feel it could have probably been a bit better if it was a bit longer, but we've already established that Andrade will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at All Out. Then have a promo, Sir Brody Lee alongside Anna Jay, and he says, "I've guided you so far within the Dark Order, you did a great one with the Mixed Tag Team Championship, but me and all the members of the Dark Order will stay at the back. This is your chance to prove yourself." So not even being a heel here, just being a proper mentor to Anna Jay. And then Anna Jay just viciously decimates Kairi Hojo, says she's going to rip her limb from limb and take that women's championship from her. So 76. Pressure on Anna Jay's co-main event. And yeah, I'm happy with that one. Decent matchup. Kairi Hojo does defeat Anna Jay in 11:38 with the spear, giving her her first defence of the Women's Championship. A 70 though, spectacular. 70 for Kairi, 62 for Anna Jay. Again, with how her skill set is in game, I'm very happy with her getting that rating. As I say, she can only improve and get better, and especially being in these kind of matches can only help her towards that, especially working with someone as uber talented as Kairi Hojo. So good stuff there. Made that steal the show as well, gave them a proper opportunity. Anna Jay struggles with stamina, but again, was obvious. This I think was before she was even in the Dark Order, or maybe just as she had joined. So she had still a long way to go in terms of attributes and the mod she was imported from. And yeah, we're really happy with progress. Promo from Cody on Kenny, just basically saying his few words, how he says this is it. Gonna run this company how I damn well please, and I'm gonna make sure I'm the man that's the face of the company, carrying the belt. 75, all the pressure in the world is on this match to deliver. And it doesn't. Yikes. Only an 82. I need to look at my booking to why this is happening. Why matches like this are not great. So, an exceptional matchup. Kenny Omega defeats Cody Rhodes in an Iron Man match. 60 minutes, 3 falls to 1, and Kenny Omega makes defence number 1 of the World Championship. So perfect. 88 for Kenny, 90 for Cody, 82 overall. So a few things to cover here. I expected that to have done well with Wrestling Nerd Carvana product, but apparently not. Booking. So we worked at a pace so they could have a big finish. Maybe it was because the match was flat for a long period of time. But what the text didn't show there is that Cody Rhodes was actually distracted by CM Punk to cause the third fall. So if you paid attention to the last episode, you'd notice our commentator CM Punk done the contract signing. So with that being the case, Cody kind of bumped into him. Punk took a bit of exception to it, and at the time of recording this video, CM Punk is speculated to return, so he may be back by now. I don't know. Joys are really addicted to a save and booking in advance, but I talked to CM Punk in game. Talked to him about retirement. I think what's happening with CM Punk going forward, so delighted with that one. And CM Punk and Cody Rhodes have a heated confrontation. Security separates them apart, and that gets a 72. But if anything, one of your matches for All Out is there. So the show's conclusion is an 82, which because we don't broadcast this globally, just means that it didn't change popularity anywhere. If we had done this in AEW Live, we'd have obviously got those kind of places. So overall, yeah, pretty flat, pretty average. Could have been a lot better. Maybe I just need to change my idea of who I've got faith in. I really consider what I think could maybe take this company to the next level with those matches. It's a lot more difficult when I don't just use the Lucha Bros, that's for sure. We'll carry on though. We'll progress back to the main screen. We'll see what's popping up. Get a random profile from Primo Cologne. Hopefully, as I say, everything else is good. We're making a lot of money this month, so let's have a look. Oh, we need to check the extent of MJF's injury. That's the big one we're waiting for, isn't it? So 70,000 fans. Matt Voss majority enjoyed the show. Before we, 14 million. We're still miscellaneous in tax. So whilst it looks good, I do expect us to lose about another 9 million off of that. So 14 million profit's fantastic. Expect that to drop quite considerably, unfortunately. A shame. So I'd expect us maybe make about 5 million again, but if we could make 14, great, but I just can't see it. Opted not to get Isaiah Swerve Scott, so he's staying with WWE. Our Dish Network deal's expiring in 3 episodes. That's fine, that's still 3 months away, that's cool. Tangaloa, who we're looking at, is injured. MGS broken freaking neck. At least we can use that in a programme going forward. 2.2 million viewers, 4.58. So, Company Wars. All Elite Wrestling. Mad that New Japan's got more fans globally than WWE in this. Crazy how it works, isn't it? So, in terms of show, that's going to be, 66 best show. Matches, we never really did anything spectacular, it'll be anywhere close to challenging. Attendance though, it was our second highest ever show, 2,300 more, or 2,280 if you're being picky, or 290 even ahead of Blood and Guts, but still, good progression. Obviously, Double or Nothing's a bigger event, so it got 81,000. Buy rate, I think for the Fallen, where are we? 9, with that 4.58, so maybe losing a little bit, but as I say, once we do get fully on our network, we won't really have any buy rates, it'll just be lots of commercial money. But I mean, that's good. June, July, that's all positive. That keeps getting bigger and bigger month by month, so our TV ratings are up and our viewership is in a good position. Now, for the moment of truth. Well, Cody was obviously, that could have been another reason as well. Cody was unhappy that I put over Kenny, and I didn't want to protect him either, so that may have been a factor of why that match flopped a little. A few people are unhappy. I maybe need to give them a bit of money to keep them happy. MJF, broken frickin' neck, can't do surgery, can work angles, 5 months and 3 weeks. So I think with MJF, we'll be going full on Miz, and instead of putting him in a wheelchair, we'll just put like his neck protected, and nobody can actually hit him. That's annoying though. May as well unveil that it was going to be obviously MJF, Darby Allin in some sort of cage match. But I suppose the good thing is, because we've done that angle with Hangman and Miro, that can now be within the cage match, so that works out. So yeah, a bit of a sad note to end the episode on, but we need to make sure this pay-per-view delivers. All Out is one of those ones we will be putting all those boosts in. We will be hoping for the best show possible. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. Let me know what you think the card may be for All Out. Any early predictions. Wee thumbs up's appreciated. Any comments? Yeah, get a wee chat on and go about this, wrestling in general, your own says. Let me know what's happening. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.